The city of Scottsbluff to take another look at an infrastructure sales tax increase, this time to pay for a new aquatic center. KNEB.TV news starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV news. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Scott Miller. This is KNEB.TV news powered by Platte Valley Companies. Ryan Murphy is off today. Thank you very much for joining us. Scottsbluff voters will be asked to approve a half-cent infrastructure sales tax increase that would provide funding to help pay for a new aquatic center in the community. Council chambers were packed Monday night with supporters of the project, speaking in favor of the ballot measure and the project itself. Scottsbluff YMCA board member Brad Bodie said the Y board is completely behind the aquatic center, something that's needed in the community.
You look at any community in the Panhandle practically that is an incorporated town and they have a swimming pool. It's pretty dire, a community of our size, the center of the market, literally in a 100-mile radius of here, and we don't have that basic function for our citizens. It's a black spot on our community, and it's the citizens' decision. That's, I think, really what we're asking, is that this be allowed to be put on the ballot.
Scottsbluff school representatives, including Superintendent Dr. Andrew Dick, along with parents and students young and old, expressed their support of the plan. The council voting 4-0 on the subject, providing the supermajority needed to approve the resolution placing the LB 357 question on the 2022 general election ballot. As happens every 4 years, Scottsbluff County Commissioners looking at increasing the pay for the county's elected officials, including themselves. The subject was a discussion-only item during Monday night's meeting, with talk of how to bring salaries at least to the median recommended earlier this year by the Nebraska Association of County Officials. Salaries for the commissioners and the elected officials well below the state average, and a recommendation was made to bump all salaries by $10,000 for 2023, with an additional $5,000 each of the following 3 years. Action on the proposal would need to be taken before January 15th next year, the deadline set for salaries ahead of elections, which require filing fees of 1% of the annual salary for any of those elected offices. Speaker of the Nebraska Legislature, Mike Hilger, is making a statewide tour last week following his announcement that he would run to become the state's next Attorney General. During a stop in Scottsbluff late Friday afternoon, Hilger's told us that had Doug Peterson decided to run for a third term, he would have been the first person to support Peterson. Hilgers tells us he intends on continuing Peterson's efforts in a variety of areas, including the fight against federal overreach.
We've seen it with the vaccine mandates most recently, but we've also seen it with eviction moratoriums that were struck down, efforts by the federal government to dictate whether Nebraska can cut taxes. So those are really critical issues that impact Nebraska, Nebraskans, Nebraska families. And if we didn't have a strong Attorney General in that spot when General Peterson steps down, it was going to be a pretty important issue.
Hilger says Peterson has done an excellent job elevating issues such as human trafficking and pushing back on big tech. In addition to his time in the legislature since 2016, Hilgers has been a businessman for well over a decade, starting a law practice that began with just himself and has grown to more than 60 attorneys nationwide. Coming up, one construction project completed, another gets a financial boost. We'll be right back after this on KNEB.TV.
At Platte Valley Bank, you don't have to be like a tortoise and carry your home on your back. They have mortgage experts that can help you finance the home that's perfect for you. Whether you're a first-time home buyer looking for your next home or simply want to refinance the home you're in, the experienced lenders at Platte Valley Bank are there to help. Contact them at pvbank.com or call and visit with one of the mortgage experts to take advantage of great rates at Platte Valley Bank.
My name is Angela and I'm with Langer Industrial Services. There's a huge technology part in metal, just with all the programs we use, running the scale and paying people, all the software. He does 24/7 ransomware monitoring, making sure the programs run smoothly, making sure everything's running properly. So it's nice to have Jeremy there to call when things go wrong. He's always there right away. He's, within 30 minutes he shows up.
ERH Technology Solutions, we make technology work for you.
Welcome back, everyone. A project in Gering to provide affordable independent living for adults with developmental disabilities receiving a significant financial boost Monday. Platte Valley Company's Director of Affiliated Services, John Massey, was joined by Rhonda Pierce with Twin Cities Development as J.G. Elliott Company presented Northfield Haven Board President Pam Richter with a $10,000 check toward the renovation of the former medical wing of what's now Northfield Villa. Massey told KNEB that J.G. Elliott Company felt the timing was right to step forward with a donation like this.
They're in the midst of construction, and we felt like it was the perfect time for us to throw our support behind the project, hoping that other people would get the information and recognize that this project is going on and that there is a need to do this project in our community. It's the only one of its kind for many miles, and so it really gives kids or young adults with disabilities the opportunity to live independently.
Once completed, the 14,500 square foot project will accommodate 15 apartments, 10 of them with 1 bedroom, 5 of them with 2 bedrooms. Each will have a bathroom, kitchen, and living room, and there will be a common space day room for organized group activities and meals. Scottsbluff County Habitat for Humanity finishing work on their latest project the past week, turning it over to a very excited homeowner this past weekend. Just in time for Christmas, the new house is being provided to Petra Godina and her 2 children, ages 11 and 6. Board President Tom Holyoke handed over the house keys Sunday afternoon.
The deed to the house to you, and then a commemorative Bible for you. Thank you. This is a wonderful opportunity for you, and a wonderful opportunity for the community to share.
Godina had applied for the house back in January and was notified in May that she was selected for this year's house. The group requires home recipients to pay back the organization's investment into each project with a zero-interest 30-year note. Well, coming up, Chabela Guzman has our agriculture report, but first, Bill Boyer has the details on our weather as we move closer to the Christmas weekend. That's next on KNEB.TV.
HydroZEN. Unplug and recharge. What is HydroZEN? It's total body relaxation. It's total body recharge. It's floating weightless on water. Floating your aches, pains, stresses, and worries away. HydroZEN is a revolutionary new therapy using Epsom salt saturated water as a way to relax and rejuvenate your body. And it's now available in Scottsbluff. It is for most ages and has many benefits to the mind and body. Visit hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT.
Everything is merry and bright at Compliments for you and your home. Stop in today for all the latest winter fashions. For your wife and friends to your sister or mother, we have the outfit for them. With brands like Charlie B, Can, and Flying Monkey, which appeals to women of all ages. Compliments has got a style for you. Compliments also has the jewelry, purses, and shoes to complete your outfit. And don't forget to ask about our new tribal pajamas for Christmas morning. Open Monday through Saturday 9 to 5. Compliments, 1708 Broadway, downtown Scottsbluff.
Are new windows from Renewal by Andersen a great investment? You're darn right they are. Did you know that for less than your cable bill or cell phone bill each month, you could have new windows from Renewal by Andersen right now? Do the math. Renewal by Andersen windows will likely cut your energy bills significantly. They will likely substantially increase the value of your home. They're a great investment. Please contact our team now and ask about our fantastic financing options with approved credit right now. Renewal by Andersen, a great investment? You're darn right.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Well, a very clear night out there tonight. Nothing going on, quiet conditions, and temps falling down through the 30s here overnight tonight, and fairly light winds, under 10 miles an hour. It is going to be clear, mild tomorrow and Thursday, going to be a little breezy at times. We're really going to stay, for the most part, nice through Christmas weekend. It's when we get into next week, that week between Christmas and New Year's, that things start to become colder and more active here across the region. Yesterday, we hit 38 degrees. That was early in the morning after a morning low near 20. As we take a look at precip, it is back below normal for the month and certainly a deficit for the year. Look at current conditions out here. We have quite a difference of air mass across the region. We have 40s here in our area, 30s, and even some low 40s in the high country. There's a 50 in Denver. Contrast that with teens in the eastern portions of South Dakota. It is very cold over in those areas. 28 in Valentine, but 46 in Wheatland. So a huge discrepancy in temperatures across the region. But you'll notice the difference. It's where the winds are at. These pockets of stronger winds, those are areas where we have warmer temperatures. And that's what's causing those warmer temps. Look at some of these wind gusts, still 30, 40, 43 mile an hour right now in western portions of the region. That's dropping those wind chills down into the 30s. So the wind chill kind of averages things out. Where it's colder, it's not as windy. It's warmer, it's windier, which drags those temperatures down, brings us kind of all out into the middle. Futurecast is quiet. Not much going on. A high-level cloud. That is about all we can find overnight tonight. And really quite mild temps again. 20s, some areas 30s, even low 40s in that warmer air. Colder air off to the north and east of us. That gets displaced more tomorrow as we push more of this warmer air in and the cold air retreats to the north and east. And we have just some high-level clouds tomorrow. All in all, it'll be a mostly sunny day. And it's going to be a little warmer out there. We're looking for temperatures tomorrow in the 50s and 60s across the region. Colder in the northern areas where we have 40s to near 50. But very mild conditions for a lot of us. Certainly nothing coming in the precip or the snowfall here over the next 24 to 48 hours. Clear overnight tonight. Lows down around 30. Tomorrow, it's going to be a mostly sunny, mild day. Not too bad in the wind departments either, 10 to 20 miles an hour. We'll be back to near 60 again on Thursday. A little cooler on Christmas Eve, back in the mid-50s. Christmas Day and Sunday right now, we're holding near 50. Then you'll notice temps take a dive next week, 40s and then 30s. And I think once we get back into those 30s, they're going to be around to stay, probably through at least the new year, if not the first week of New Year's, as it looks like we're going to be settling in for a colder weather pattern starting then.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Leaf Heads.
The Evergreen Credit Card by FNBO. Earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. Every day. Everywhere. Never worry about expiring points or category restrictions. Plus, there's no annual fee. Only from the Great Big Small Bank. A bank ever ready for you to earn more, wherever life leads. Evergreen by FNBO.
This is KNEB TV Ag News from the First National Bank Ag Desk. First National Bank of North Platte, the bank to think of first.
The 80th annual stockholders meeting of the Western Cooperative Company, Westco, was held last week at the Westside Event Center in Alliance. David Briggs, president and CEO of Westco, says the cooperative had a good year and was able to award patronage to their members.
And we had a very good year, and we're going to return back $2.1 million back to our members for their business in 2021, and we're going to return another $1.9 million back to our members that are 70 and older, for a total of $44 million back to our members here this week.
Briggs says input costs are a concern for producers.
Fertilizer, chemicals, fuel, fuel's over $3 a gallon. Those are all historically high numbers. We are doing our best to get the proper inventories for our members. We believe we'll be fine on inventory for our members for fertilizer and chemical, but the pricing definitely will be higher than the prior year. but also the price per unit that they can sell the commodities for is also higher. So we encourage them to work with our agronomists, work with their local accountants on what each and every farmer is different on what all their operating costs are. So need to work with their professionals to help figure out what their cost of production is. And we believe in many cases they can actually lock in a profit right now. We'd encourage them to take advantage of this opportunity in the market.
During the event, the board also recognized Matthew Ardisono of Oshkosh, who fulfilled his term on the board. The board of directors also saw Tim Campbell of Hemmingford re-elected to serve another term, and Josh Payne of Hemmingford also elected to join the board of directors.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
The Evergreen Credit Card by FNBO. Earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. Every day. Everywhere. Never worry about expiring points or category restrictions. Plus, there's no annual fee. Only from the Great Big Small Bank. A bank ever ready for you to earn more, wherever life leads. Evergreen by FNBO.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. First State Bank is now Riverstone Bank. Community strong with the same people you know and trust.
Western CPAP Supply has earned an impeccable professional reputation within the Wyoming and Western Nebraska region. Helping you get a good night's sleep is our passion. Our amazing team understands sleep disorders from a personal and professional level. We use CPAPs and BiPAPs too, and sometimes it just helps to work with people who share common ground. Our accredited CPAP supply company is approved by Medicare and Medicaid and is in network with every major insurance company in the region. Western CPAP Supply. We're here to help.
Why bank at a local community bank? When you choose a local community bank, you keep money in our local economy. That money helps support local jobs, schools, and businesses. Money that helps fund a stronger and prosperous community for us all to enjoy and live in. At Platte Valley Bank, we are here to help build and support the community we love being a part of. We believe that together, we can make great things happen. Platte Valley Bank.
And finally tonight, a Christmas tradition is now ready for your viewing pleasure on the social media pages of the Nebraska State Patrol. Trooper Elf, a takeoff on the scene of the movie Elf, where a store manager is telling Buddy, other staffers, and customers that Santa is coming, was shot last week at the Uptown Scottsbluff Mall. NSP spokesman Cody Thomas says this fourth edition of the Patrol's Christmas videos started when a staffer saw an online law enforcement prank in which a supervisor's office was covered in wrapping paper.
We thought, well, what if we did that, but just did Christmas lights everywhere all over their office? And that somehow morphed into, why don't we put Christmas lights all over a cruiser? And then that became, why don't we just recreate the Christmas light scene from Christmas Vacation?
This year's video features members from the Patrol's Troop E, based here in Scottsbluff, and Thomas tells us future videos will feature staff from other troop areas with yet another movie takeoff. You can find a link to the video on the KNEB News Facebook page. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you here next time.